America. And for once, the President of the United States is actually willing to say so on camera. Now, in a White House exchange this week, President Trump acknowledged that roughly 10 U.S. scientists and engineers, people with clearances tall enough to give the Chinese Ministry of State Security heart palpitations, have either died under suspicious circumstances or vanished since early last year. Nuclear weapons researchers, fusion guys, propulsion engineers from NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, a retired Air Force Major General who used to run the Air Force Research Laboratory. Trump called it pretty serious stuff, and he hoped the links were coincidental and promised the administration would get to the bottom of it.
What do you think is happening here, and do you think that this is connected or totally random?
Well, I hope it's random, but we're going to know in the next week and a half. I just left the meeting on that subject, so pretty serious stuff, but we're going to be done. Hopefully, I don't know, coincidence, whatever you want to call it, but some of them were very important people, and we're going to look at it over the next
It's impossible that some foreign adversary in the United States is moving these people up.
Well, you know, back in open borders, it wasn't very hard to get here, but we've gotten many of them out. You know, we've caught many people, many very bad people, including thousands of murderers that we've taken out of our country, thousands of drug lords that we've taken out of our country, hundreds of thousands of prisoners that were let into the U.S. that we've taken out of our country. As far as the scientists will probably have a pretty good answer over the next week.
That's a rare thing to hear from the Oval Office, so that deserves to be taken serious. All right, stick around because the missing scientists are only one front in a war that's already being fought on American soil, and the pattern, once you see it, is almost impossible to miss.
When wrong will you scold me? When lost will you find me? But they told me I'm meant to be faithful, and if I were not able, fight till the end, but I'm only human.
Without a parent. He went over to check on the kids, and one of the kids told him that mom and daddy were working.
Your car deserves more performance with every drive.
So we're going to go see these kids, check on them, and see if we can find mom or dad and where they're at.
This is for my people out there feeling like they black sheep, running from the wolves that are nipping at your back feet. Leather jacket, pocket knives, fencing in the back streets, burst into flames like a match to a gas leak. Only thing that kept me back in school was art class. Had a friend with the black flag armband. He said it's cool if they all don't understand you. Just be yourself. You know what you're here to do. There's the haters, there's the bullies, there's the know-it-alls. But they just hate the faults, so they just hate us all. It's irrelevant if they feel big and tall, cause we're just tiny ants out in space on a giant ball. Hate on them, wait on them. Go throw some shade on them. Hate on them, wait on them. Go throw some shade on them. Wanna call me weak cause you think you're strong. Doesn't make you feel good. Wanna shut me up cause you think I'm wrong. Doesn't make you feel good. It doesn't make you right. It doesn't make you right. Sometimes I wonder why I can't understand. My head keeps running like a river over troubled sand. And I'm just thinking of these reasons you would do me wrong. I can't think of one, I guess we all got our opinions. And I'm just out here trying to be good, do right, trying to do things in my life. You just love causing me strife. Keep my eyes closed, my head down, pass straight, my mind clear. My energy stays vibrant cause I'm vibing on that right shit, yeah. And fuck that bullshit holding me down. Only way out of here's up. Y'all too busy sticking around for me. Hate on them, wait on them. Go throw some shade on them. Hate on them, wait on them. Go throw some shade on them. Wanna call me weak cause you think you're strong. Doesn't make you feel good. Wanna shut me up cause you think I'm
Yeah, the other day he was saying that the only thing that kept me back in school was art class. And no. Yeah, Robbie was saying that the other day because on his report card his lowest grade was art class. Or painting. He had painting. I know, Mom kind of looked at him like, painting? Like, he's like, I liked it. He's like, they had us paint with cottage cheese. I'm like, wasn't that a joke in the 90s? I'm pretty sure it was a joke. Yeah, it was. You remember, like, see, Pink Floyd's The Wall came out in 79, right? Yeah, I remember they made jokes about it because people were starting to make comments about different things with meat and dairy, growth hormones, antibiotics, respiratory issues, skin problems, stuff like that. I mean, a whole host of things. Not to eliminate it, but just like alcohol, not so much. People are overdosing. And they're like, no, 3 times a day, food pyramid. Oscar Mayer wiener, my bologna has a first name. I love to eat it every day. And if you ask me why, I'll say, because Oscar Mayer has a way with BOLOGNA. Oh, man. A glass of milk with every meal. Oh, man. Yeah, so they made jokes in the 90s because people were making comments about that. And then the whole, I know the growth hormone thing was a topic there. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I mean, you could probably mix paint with mayonnaise and be like, oh, look at that. It's so smooth and creamy. Oh, what the fuck are you talking about? How? You know, you can paint with coffee. Paint with some coffee. You know, and depending on how much you dilute it, you get all these different earthy tones. It's really fun. You will not have the kids playing with drugs. Just like that. I mean, that's kind of overboard and stupid, maybe a little exaggerating, yeah, but you get the point. I mean, we've been dealing with a lot of anal, cynical, sadistic, evil, maniacal, meddling people. Yeah, we could really care less. We don't need anybody to be taught a lesson or go to jail. We're just looking for the proper authorities to step in and educate people as to how and why they've been getting away with it. Maybe help the hostages in the hands of these sick fucking pedophiles and abusers. It horrifies me knowing my kids are in their custody. It does. It really does. Yeah, this has been going on for years. It's been very profitable to some. I know, you worked hard for it. You deserve it. You should get extra having to deal with such atrocities.
About a little guy that lives in a blue world, and all day and all night, and everything he sees is just blue. Like him, inside and outside, blue his house with a blue little window and a blue Corvette, and everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around, 'cause he ain't got nobody to listen.
I'm hopping on one foot. Hit 20 on each side. Now I'm gonna hop on my right. My left side feels a little more springy. Wait, maybe my right side does. No, my right side feels more springy. I can't tell.
And she is all blue. Blue are the people here that walk around. Blue like my garment, it's any time. Blue are the words I say and what I think. Blue are the feelings that live inside me. I'm blue,
State of mind, check, state of mind, state of mind, check, state of mind. Yo, state of mind, check, state of mind, check, state of mind, state of mind, check, state of mind. Yo, state of mind, check, state of mind, check, state of mind, state of mind, check, state of mind. Yo, state of mind, check, relax before you flex.
flex, realize what you do and understand the choice you're choosing. Is there no other way out? In the talk about, yeah, I'll start to scream, then we all start to shout. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, but I'm not, and I know it, cause I got class, style, finesse, and I show it. Just trying to speak about exactly what is on my mind, and if you don't agree, then that's just fine. I don't care, and no, I don't think that I ever will. I'm not in this to make friends, know the dollar bill. Just trying to speak upon my point of view. So shooby-dooby-doo, or shooby-dooby-dooby-dooby-doo. State of mind, check, state of mind, check, state of mind, state of mind, check, state of mind. Yo, state of mind, check, state of mind, state of mind, state of mind, check, state of mind. Yo, state of mind, check, relax before you step. No need to raise your fist, it's not the complex, yo. It's so easy once you overcome. I get through battles with charisma and my wisdom. I found another way, I live another day. You smoke another J, it takes the pain away. And this is all I got, oh yes, it's all I got. I said, yeah, this is all I really need to say. I said, simmer down, simmer down. You take a step back and look around. Realize, realize, realize just what's going down, what is going down. Tell me what's going down, or just what's going down. State of mind, check, relax before you do something that you really don't wanna do. And yo, this is all I got, yo, this is all I got, sing. It's all I really need to say to you. I said, state of mind, check, relax before you do something that you really don't wanna do. And yo, this is all I got, yo, this is all I got, sing. It's all I really need to say to you. I said, simmer down, simmer down. Take a step back and look around. Gotta realize, realize, realize just what's going down, or what is going down. Tell me what's going down, or just what's going down.
Looks like the 1st Cavalry Division soldiers will be getting the Army's newest tank and infantry combat vehicle first. Congratulations. In other news,
state of mind, check, state of mind, check, state of mind, state of mind, check, state of mind. Yo, state of mind, check, state of mind, check, state of mind, state of mind, check, state of mind. Yo, state of mind, check, state of mind, check, state of mind, state of mind, check, state of mind. Yo, state of mind, check, relax before you flex. Realize what you do and understand the choice you're choosing. Is there no other way out? Thing to talk about. Yeah, I'll start to scream, then we all start to shout. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, but I'm not, and I know it. Cause I got class, style, finesse, and I show it. Just trying to speak about exactly what is on my mind. And if you don't agree, yo, that's just fine. I don't care, and no, I don't think that I ever will. I'm not in this to make friends, know the dollar bill. Just trying to speak upon my point of view. So shooby-dooby-doo, or shooby-dooby-dooby-dooby-doo. State of mind, check, state of mind, check, state of mind, state of mind, check, state of mind. Yo, state of mind, check, state of mind, state of mind, state of mind, check, state of mind. Yo, state of mind, check, relax before you step. No need to raise your fist, it's not that complex, yo. It's so easy once you overcome. I get through battles with charisma and my wisdom. I found another way, I live another day. You smoke another J, it takes the pain away. And this is all I got, oh yes, it's all I got. I said, yeah, this is all I really need to say. I said, simmer down, simmer down. Take a step back and look around. Realize, realize, realize just what's going down, or what is going down. Tell me what's going down, or just what's going down. State your mind, check, relax before you do something that you really don't wanna do. And yo, this is all I got, yo, this is all I got, sing. It's all I really need to say to you. I said, say to mind, check, relax before you do something that you really don't wanna do. And yo, this is all I got, yo, this is all I got, sing. It's all I really need to say to you. I say, simmer down, simmer down. Then take a step back and look around. Gotta realize, realize, realize just what's going down, but what is going down? Tell me what's going down, or just what's going down. Zyrtec presents Zyrtalk.
Listen to the wind blow. Watch the sun rise. Run in the shadows. Damn your love, damn your life. And if you don't love me now, you will never love me again. I can still hear you saying you would never break the chain. And if you don't love me now, you don't never love me again. I can still hear you saying you would never break the chain, break the chain.
Right.
Listen to the wind blow. Down comes the night. Run in the shadows. Damn your love, damn your life. Break the silence. Damn the dark, damn the light.
Nice cool rainy morning here. I think it's about 35 degrees. Let me check.
Get the fuck out of here.
It is 39. Warmer than I thought.
Hey Kevin, come on over here and tell him what time it is. Okay.
That's pathetic.
Oh, that's nice, Kevin. Alright, now get out of here. I got this feeling inside, can't find no balance in my mind. I must be missing the point. I need a coffee and a joint. I got this feeling inside, can't find no balance in my mind. I must be missing the point. I need a coffee and a joint. Coffee in the joint, coffee in the joint. Yeah, coffee in the joint, coffee in the joint. Coffee in the joint, coffee in the joint. Coffee in the joint, come on man. Yo, higher than an F-16 in Walgreens. Trying to find some eye drops at the bottom of the Listerine. Well, I'm Mr. Clean when I step on the scene. But yo, how did I get here? And what does this all mean? The last thing I remember was way back in September. Johnny had a doobie, it was groovy full of pleasure. But I probably didn't measure the amount I should have taken. Now I'm standing on the feeling, and this feeling got me shaking. Yo, I kept debating with my better crocker baby. We dishing out delectables, yeah, they tasty, so yeah, it's amazing. Now come and get this slice. And if they try to take my herb, I'll say, take my wife. But Kevin, you're not married. Oh shit, it's getting scary. cautionary. I'm mixing up my history, my memories are buried, and I don't have a clue what's real or imaginary. So take heed, my children, cause this story's cautionary, yo. I got this feeling inside, can't find no balance in my mind. I must be missing the point. I need a coffee and a joint. I got this feeling inside, can't find no balance in my mind. I must be missing the point. I need a coffee and a joint, coffee in the joint, what? Coffee in the joint, coffee in the joint, come on now. Coffee in the joint, coffee in the joint, coffee in the joint. So I was standing in the corner of the kitchen by myself, eyeing up the pot brownies on the top shelf. I'm thinking maybe just a nibble of two, but I didn't eat dinner, so I gobbled down.
If that happens,
So someone in class is asking what they should say. They have some people asking them that are upset about this. I think it's inhumane, as though they're gonna just kill anyone who gets charged with child pedophilia. You know, that's not true, because you have cases, right, where it could be, you know, a 22-year-old with a 16-year-old girlfriend, consensual, death penalty. No. Okay, so they take it to the extremes and act as though that's what's going to happen, and they try to stop it and protect people's rights. Stand up, they're going to kill you if you don't stand up for that. Right, innocent people. They're going to start imposing the death penalty. I know, they're so innocent. Right, so obviously there'd be circumstances. It's not as though anyone charged with that gets the hammer or the execution chair. It's almost as though they allow the execution for murder in some cases, right? It's not as though everyone, you have a lot of murderers in prison, so it's not as though all murderers get executed. Certain extreme cases, maybe, especially involving, you know, helpless children. Right, I mean, they take things into consideration, whereas, like, say they kill someone that has a huge criminal record, they're always in trouble, causing trouble with people, they probably incited the violence upon themselves. Doesn't make it right for someone to kill them, but they might get not as a harsher sentence as someone that tortured and raped and murdered an innocent child, or just some innocent random person. Yeah, someone's grandmother didn't even know him. It was just some, yeah. That's why we have a justice system, and yeah, it's hard when you're dealing with a lot of people with these standardized mindsets and flip the fuck out and then just use it as an excuse to try to get funding to stop or start something. Right, yeah, like drinking and driving. Illegal. Can't do that. There's a limit, right? I know, imagine if, you know, people would freak out. What, are you kidding me? I can have a beer and drive, and a lot of people do, and they are under the legal limit. That's why that's there. So it's not as though anyone that drinks and drive gets an OUI. Some people can drink a little bit and drive and be under the legal limit. Very little, you know. Some say, yeah, you shouldn't. None at all, you shouldn't. But I mean, there are... Right. See how you can use your kind of rational mindset to... Exactly. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, I'd use examples like that if you have people coming at you upset. They're gonna kill all the child molesters. I know, it's amazing. It's like... It's weird, right? Yeah, when you understand it, it's like, okay, I can understand them wanting to stick up to not kill those certain situations we talked about, where it might be a consensual 16-year-old with their 22-year-old boyfriend. You still get charges, and it looks like that on paper. But yeah, no, that should not be a death penalty. Absolutely not. So, in their minds, they think by implementing those laws, they gotta protect those people. Okay, they're fucking sick, demented, stupid people. And even if they know that's not true, they pretend like that's what they believe. And they use it as an excuse to make noise and get funding. And they do this with so many different things. Pepsi trucks, dude. Fuck. Yeah, right? I know, I saw that. How freaking crazy. You wonder sometimes.
Yeah, don't have me come over here. Yeah, step out. May I step out the vehicle?
Most drivers who are impaired when they get pulled over don't realize that the second that the officer gets to the car, they're taking a snapshot of every single movement that the person does inside of the car to see if they're impaired. And no matter how much begging, no matter how much crying, and no matter how much chanting that you do on the side of the road, if you're impaired, you're going to end up going to jail. This is one of those. This looks like one of those move-over violations in Florida and some other states, I believe, have the same exact law where a person is required to move over to a free lane if there's an officer conducting a traffic stop. It extends past officers, any emergency vehicle, utility people, and I believe even a civilian vehicle that has a flare and their hazards on. And if you can't safely pull over to another clear lane, you're supposed to slow down to 120 miles per hour, and there may be some other stipulations inside the law. But please look it up and know this law. It's incredibly important to save lives. So missing the move over and the officer's light, the pursuing officer is likely thinking impairment and watching for any of those signs or signals of impairment while they're driving. That means in the lane, braking unintentionally. I mean, a lot of different things that they can be looking for. Train's place to stop, that will definitely be noted. Some things that I noticed on this officer, and I can tell you, I don't know this officer, I've never seen her before, I'm sure. And I can tell you that they're very good as far as positioning on a car stop. Offset perfectly, even though the person was slow rolling a bit. Canted the vehicle, walked around their vehicle for cover in case they get engaged, approaching on the passenger side. These are good tactics. Without knowing the officer, I can say they know how to do a car stop really well.
Good evening. Any idea why I'm stopping you?
No, I don't know.
You have no idea?
No.
Not the fact you didn't move over until it was the very last second and you saw the deputy in the road?
No.
You okay?
Yeah, I am. I just moved on.
Okay, you got your license, registration, insurance on you?
Okay.
Where are you headed tonight?
Home.
Home? Where's home at? Is it close?
Yeah.
You seem confused when you were pulling over too. Is there any reason for that?
No.
A lot of us deputies and officers get hit a year because people don't move over.
Fine. I'm sorry. I live here.
Okay, do you remember what I asked you for? The registration and insurance as well?
Yeah, maybe listen.
I'm going to give you a second to find it. When you find it, just give it to my partner. Roll down that window, okay? So he can talk to you.
All right.
sorry.
So this is one of those times where technology can actually be an Achilles heel for you, because their dexterity and ability to operate that touchscreen is something that's going to be noted. All of these mobilities, I mean, how they reach in for their license, whether they drop it, all of these things are noted. The officer is taking a snapshot of every single thing as far as the motor skills and behavior of the person that's in the car. A person who's intoxicated usually doesn't realize that they look as intoxicated as they really are.
Can you roll down that window so he can talk to you and you can give it to him? Can you please roll down that window so he can talk to you?
Of course, sorry.
It's not the right window, ma'am. Okay, when you find your registration and insurance, just give it to him, okay?
Okay. Sorry, madam.
A couple things I'd like to know. The male officer, flashlight in the gun hand. You know that I mention this all the time. It should feel like a hot potato inside his hand when his gun hand is occupied while a person is reaching around inside the car. He looks like he's super sharp. He picked up on the fact, I believe, that this was one of those move over situations. So this is just constructive. That gun hand should be as free as it possibly can be. Another thing of note is that, I don't know if you noticed, but we saw the glassy eyes of the female and her speech pattern was a bit off, but there's also this flipping of the hair. I don't know where that comes from, but I've noticed that so many times with people who have really long hair that they flip it like that. And obviously that's not going to be a technical police thing on, but just something I noticed. If someone knows why people who drink a lot do that, I don't know. Share in comments.
What do you need from me?
Didn't she explain to you what she needed?
Sorry?
Didn't she explain to you what she needed?
Yeah, no. But I have to open it.
Where are you coming from?
My restaurant.
Where's your restaurant?
35 Bistro in Main Street.
Okay.
I just closed and I'm going home.
You understand that anytime you see emergency lights on the side of the road, you're supposed to pull over, right?
No, I'm so sorry.
Alright, we put my flashlight on and said move over.
I'm so sorry.
Alright, continue finding your registration and proof of insurance, okay?
I'm from France and okay. I'm from France and we don't do all this thing.
Well, unfortunately, you're in the state of Florida now, and we got to move over the last 4 reasons, okay?
What do you need from me?
Didn't we explain to you we need the registration and proof of insurance?
Okay. That's not open. Yeah.
Does a Tesla open the glove box? I don't know if it does or not. That's just interesting. Maybe it does.
I wish that you could see there's a new planet in the solar system. There is nothing up my sleeve. I'm pushing an elephant up the stairs. I'm tossing up punchlines that were never there. Over my shoulder a piano falls, crashing to the ground. All this talk of time, talk is fine, but I don't want to stay around. What can we pantomime? Just close our eyes and sleep sweet dreams.
Okay, so that was the governor of Washington. And if you're unaware, the state of Washington is really pushing the limit as far as how far can you go as a state to protect against homeland security. We're seeing everything from total mask bans within all law enforcement to include ICE agents operating in Washington, and also things like this. Washington State cuts off ICE access to data systems used for immigration enforcement. That data system would be access to driver's license or license plate information. But despite all of this pushback, here's where things get interesting.
In the corner of 99th and Pacific, there's ICE activity in the street. It seems like the person who's in.
More and more videos are coming out of the state of Washington of federal agents still wearing their masks and federal agents conducting a lot of deportation operations. And it turns out that data actually suggests this. latest ICE data shows surge in immigration arrests in Washington. So, despite all of this pushback, we're still seeing an increase of these deportation operations, and Homeland Security, they're still wearing their masks out in the field. But things don't end there as far as the back and forth or the pushback, because this is going on within the local level in a very prominent city known as Seattle. Seattle Police Union says city's ICE policy puts public safety at risk, sidelines police. And this is one of those stories many people probably had no idea was even happening. Because when you talk about Seattle, I think the general public knows that Seattle is a sanctuary city and a sanctuary state. They push back against deportations. But this angle of the story is hardly talked about, where the local police union is actually pushing back against some of these policies. So I know that was quite the intro, but I do want to set you guys up to understand how big the stakes are in Washington right now, and we can really analyze how Tom Homan has always said this within the Trump administration. The more pushback you have against ICE or these deportation efforts, there seems to be this correlation of more agents will just show up. So let's first start with this, the Seattle story, because I think that one is probably going to be a little more interesting to many of the viewers. So let's start with that, but make sure to please like this video, it helps out a ton, and also make sure to subscribe.
Leaders with Seattle's police officers union are sounding the alarm on the city's ICE policy, claiming that it could put citizen safety at risk. Those Claire Weber is live in downtown Seattle tonight with their concerns, especially when it comes to protests. Claire.
Well, Molly, the city policy bans Seattle police from cooperating with federal agents, but SCOG President Ken Liu says some cooperation is necessary to prioritize public safety, and he believes that can remain apolitical. In that kind of situation. New head of the Seattle Police Officers Guild, Ken Liu, has concerns about city policy that bans police from cooperating with federal agents.
I think the policy and the directive is confusing. SPD should not be sidelined.
Okay, so right off the bat, let me know how you feel about this. We've really started this journey, actually in Seattle, if you're unaware, between clashes of federal agents and protesters and the police that show up way later, like hours later to show up. This has always been the gray area. Whatever city we're analyzing, when protesters are involved, and when we say protesters, we're talking about people who cross that line but still identify as a protester and trying to use their First Amendment right. It's always been a gray area.
Address to the nation of his troubled reign, outside of his Christmas messages, to mark what is a bittersweet day, not just for the British royal family, but also the wider disunited kingdom. This day was meant to mark an unprecedented celebration, the 100th birthday of our greatest ever monarch, Queen Elizabeth II. Instead, a depleted frontline